Thank you, Miss Del. Salamat.
Palakpakan natin si Miss Jean. Siya yung first ever natin na MDRT for Starbright. And talaga napakagaling. So, being one of the, dito sa ating top financial advisor natin, si Miss Jean pala is, sa team ni Sir Rohel, siya is isang consistent na MDRT qualifier dito sa team ng Starbright. And now, siya yung ating guest para mag-share sa atin yung journey niya being a financial advisor and also her successes. And para naman ma-inspire tayo. So, we will be asking Miss Jean some questions para ma-share niya sa atin yung kanyang journey. So, our first question, na itatanong namin, Miss Jean, is when did you become a financial advisor? Kailan ka nag-start?
Okay. Actually, parang I was a returning financial advisor kasi nung sometime year 2000, I joined already SGA pa at that time. My friends and I were talking about life insurance. Tapos parang naisip ko, why don't I join para if I get for my family, parang matatanggal na the commission part, so it's going to be cheaper. Parang ganyan. That was the interest lang at that time. So I called, funny nga, Yellow Pages pa dati. Sabi ko, ano bang tatawagan ko? Gusto ko Makati, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos nag-mini-minimal lang ako na napundit ko SGA. I called. Tapos si Miss Chari kausap ko. Tapos pinapunta niya ako, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos ang bilis, pagpunta, bukas yung seminar for what's that? Yung for the licensing. So it was fast. Nag-attend ako Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, exam ng Saturday. Basta parang tuloy-tuloy. So the more I learned about it, the more I felt, this is something I can do. In fact, I remember nung I was attending seminars, I received a message from my husband. Sabi niya, parang, it's nice that you finally also found something you like to do, ganyan. So, I did that time. Parang mga first for about 2 years. I was Rookie of the Year that year that I joined SGA. Kaya lang, after 2 years, because I was taking my daughter to ITF tennis tournament. So we were always out. So parang feeling ko kawawa naman din my clients if I'm always away, or how can I do this job naman properly kung laging wala. So nag-resign ako that time. It was just about the time ini-introduce ang VUL, I remember. So I just went ahead being a mom, and continuing then my role sa family business. We own a furniture company. My parents started that, but us just helping them out. Tapos, ganyan lang, tuloy-tuloy up to 2011, I got a franchise ng Gouda sa Eastwood and run it for about 2 years. So, habang nandun, you work every day, ganyan, end of the month, parang I felt, is this, is this, I'm getting old already, and all my life, I've just really been living for my family and relatives. So sabi ko, eto na lang ba yung existence ko? So I was praying about it. Sabi ko, I needed guidance. So I wanted to give up already yung Gouda kasi parang hindi naman worth yung pagod, ganyan-ganyan. So, and then suddenly, si Kuya Rohel Morales called me out of the blue. Tapos parang sabi ko, answered prayer kasi yung timing. Kasi since naman I left SGA, never kami nag-usap. Tapos bigla niya akong minessage. So we met. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, ba't mo ba ako minit? Para ano ba? Gusto mo ba akong bentahan? O gusto mo ba ako i-recruit? Sabi niya kahit kung whatever I was open to. So I shared with him that I was really interested to go back. So yun, it led to that na I'm so blessed I joined na nga Starbright since then.
So ayun, ano talaga, kumbaga destiny mo na talagang mapunta dito sa Starbright. Kasi out of the blue, sabi mo nga, bigla kang may message ni Rohel nung time na nagko-contemplate ka na, what are you doing with your life? Sabi mo nga because nag-run ka ng resto after nung pagiging advisor mo din dito sa SGA. So siguro talaga you're meant at saka andito ka, kumbaga ang dami mo nang naging, sabi mo nga naging Rookie of the Year ka rin noon. Tapos after ngayong nag-rejoin ka, na-prove mo na talaga sa sarili mo yung talaga yung career na to is para sa iyo. Kumbaga, I congratulate you and I honor you, Miss Jean. So
Thank you.
So partner Dennis, ikaw naman yung magbato ng the next natin kay Miss Jean.
Hello, Miss Jean.
Hello.
Morning. So yun no, so Miss Jean answered na yung first two questions, right? Ng sharing niya ngayon, no. So yung third question po namin, Miss Jean, is what were your initial challenges and how did you overcome them, no? So yung from being a top rookie and then yung nag-rejoin ka, so can you share something about it po?
Oh, if I may start, nung I first joined din nung early, nahirapan ako to call on people I know. Parang dun ko na feel na may nag-avoid, ganyan, parang yung you get rejected. So paggabi, iniisip ko, at that time, nung 2000, sabi ko, is this really for me? Parang ganyan, no? Alam mo, the following day, pagpasok ko sa office, nasa CR ako, there was this lady I've never met before. I don't know who she is. Sinabi niya lang sa akin, walang hi, walang ho, ganyan. Basta sinabi niya, ang hirap ng work natin, no? Parang laging iniiwasan ng tao. Parang nagulat ako kasi yun talagang pinagdadasal ko na sagot, na hinahanapan ko ng sagot. Yun lang ang sinabi niya sa akin. Sabi niya, alam mo ako, yung co-parents ko sa school, ang layo ko pa lang, umiiwas na sila. So parang nangilabot ako kasi parang sabi ko, oh my God. Because turns out it's Malu Babia. She's with SGA. So parang nisip ko, grabe sagot sa akin, agad-agad, tsaka direkta. I mean, we didn't introduce ourselves to each other. She just said that, ang hirap ng work, ganyan, niiwasan. Ang dami naman niyang pwedeng sabihin, pero yun ang sinabi niya sa akin. So parang sabi ko, it's another affirmation. That's also coming back, I always share this also, yung video ni Nina on recruitment. I really watched it when I started coming back to affirm tong work na to me. And talagang striking for me that time. Naiiyak pa nga ako dati pag pinapanood ko yun kasi parang feel ko. Tapos sinishare ko yan sa mga relatives ko. Parang to explain to them why I'm here and ganyan, no? Feel ko siya. It's about, gusto ko yung what Nina said na pag may nawawala, everybody there is consoling yung namatayan, but you are there to give a check. You are there to give hope that the family is going to be okay. So sobrang striking yan for me. And then a part of it also says that whenever you approach somebody, it's not for you, it's for them. So it's it's like a gift na you're offering. So whether they take it or not, it really shouldn't matter. Basta, parang the thought, yun yung mas focus natin, the thought that we are about to give this person, this family, something that can be different already for them, for their lives. And it's such a gift for you to be a messenger of something like that. And then na-affirm ko lang that I'm so into it already. Feel ko na yung mission and all when I stopped watching it. Kasi parang when I was doubting myself, when I needed to be pushed, watch ko yun, remind myself. And parang na-realize ko, uy, ang tagal ko na pala siya hindi pinanood or hindi ko na kasi it's in me already. I always remember that message. So yun. So yun yung challenge, really approaching, getting rejected. Although it's kind of different for me, it's easier for me to approach families and friends. Siguro kasi I'd say I always came like I just want to share what I'm so happy with. Parang ganon. Medyo hindi siguro sila nasa-stress sa akin in terms of pabentahan. Of course, there are some who are, but generally, parang pinagpa-practicean ko kasi especially the ones close to me. Parang, this is what I learned today. Can you tell me what you think about it? Tapos, sila yung interested tuloy, yan. Pwede, kung ako yan, paano yun? Ganon. So, that was kind of my start. And truthfully, when I joined this one and decided to be here, goal ko talaga MDRT. Parang inisip ko, I want to like set a parameter parang or a standard na sana yun yung goal ko from the start. And knowing my weakness, like I'm not good in record keeping and all that, immediately I always have a staff na agad to do that for me. Parang, syempre, kailangan ko siya sweldohan, ganyan, di ba? So added also pressure for me I have to do well kasi business na to. And I've done several businesses and always may puhunan. I had a dress shop, I had a restaurant. Hindi naman hindi ka kailangan hindi mag-out ng a big capital, and this is a business na walang ganun. I didn't have to shell out parang the most would be like the expensive trainings, let's say 30K, 40K. Pero business license mo pa lang yan, or wala yan sa kalingkingan ng starting another business. So that it was a business for me, and yun, parang that's how I started. Also, yun yung challenges na I had at start. And because parang feeling ko, do I know enough to talk to somebody? Do I know enough? Takot ako pag lumapit ako sa'yo, I got this precious appointment, di ba? That's hard to get. Ayoko sayangin na coming out to you, I'm new, tapos let me get back to you, or I don't know. Which is why I really sought the help of my unit managers, Kuya Rohel, to do joint calls with him to start, especially the set appointments ko that I think are very significant. I didn't want to risk it. Parang I didn't have the confidence kasi bago lang ako. I didn't have the confidence even after coming out of an IARFC course, even after attending the Mr. Boy Flores's 40-day course. I mean, sobrang naman na rin ako sa training kung sa bago, di ba? But still, parang I felt, am I enough? So yun, we have, I think it helped me a lot. Managers that are willing to help us. And I learned so much, like how they're doing it, di ba? Parang iba yung classroom training, iba yung your actual in the field. So I had I was lucky to have had Kuya Rohel do calls with me, and si Miss Nina also accompanied me. Parang so if you don't think of you're gonna share your commission or whatever. Kasi on your own, you think you can close an account as big as they can close. So kahit kalahati pa kayo, if you're thinking if that's stopping you, it's even so much more than what you can close personally. And not to mention the value of learning from them.
So, ayun. Thank you, Miss Jean. Sabi mo nga, yung mga initial challenges mo, like yung, yung learning mo na ano, so, ginawa mo yon na talaga nag-training ka, nagsika talaga ng mga mga like ano na kay Boy Flores, nag-attend ka ng mga seminars para magkaroon ng confidence, tsaka para matuto talaga, and hindi ka hindi ka nag-hesitate na mag-seek ng help ng mga mentors. At sabi mo nga, kahit pasabihin na merong mga commission sharing yon or what, because yung learning mo naman at yung confidence mo, hindi naman mababayaran yon, di ba? Yung mga sasunod, yung pagka nagkaroon ka na ng confidence, ang laking bagay nun sa career na to. At saka, sabi mo nga, dito sa ating career, marami naman na talagang nagbibigay ng help, marami kang pwedeng tanungin, maraming mentors na hindi naman, kahit hindi mo naman babayaran. So, ang galing. So, it helped you a lot na kaya nga narating mo ngayon, yung estado mo ngayon na talaga laging MDRT, I think, nag-COT ka na rin, tama ba? Yeah. And TOT, yeah, you've been TOT na rin?
No.
TOT, di ba? So, yun ang target mo, Miss Jean, maging TOT. And also, sabi mo nga, ever since, gusto mo talaga maging MDRT. At saka sabi mo na, we are entrepreneurs, di ba? So, pag mag-business ka talaga sa other ventures, kailangan talaga ng capital. Pero dito sa atin, very limited na ang capital. You have to invest in yourself lang talaga sa learnings. At saka yun nga, sabi mo nga, because you kumuha ka ng staff to help you. So, ang galing nung tapos yung, sabi mo nga, yung parang na-regain mo yung being yourself nung nagre-restaurant ka on other business. Parang kumbaga, hindi mo na yung sarili mo. Pero ngayon, yung nagkaroon ka rin ng kumbaga confidence, tapos may sarili na rin na ikaw na career. So, we honor you really for that. So, as an advisor naman, what has worked for you in terms of yung mga activities mo at saka yung mga practices mo? Being an advisor, can you share us yung gano'n naman na activities?
Ayun. So, mostly talaga, I try to call as many people as I could. And then, tiyaga lang kasi hindi naman yan always would translate to an appointment or whatever. You really get a lot of rejections. And then for my existing clients, I really take advantage ng mga touch points that I can have with them. Para lang when I resell, hindi mo pang when I called, ay bebentahan na naman ako. Parang ganyan, that's what I'm avoiding. So like what I do when we have like webinars, especially kung sobrang, I think ang galing ng speakers, I call or I text. I'm actually mas ma-messenger ako. I hardly call lang din. Because for some reason, I'm more comfortable lang talaga sending messages. So alam mo yung directory ko sa Messenger, halos lahat yan papadalahan ko nung webinar invitation. I write something about, our company has invited a very good speaker and I'd like to share it with you. Parang if you have time, you might want to check this out. Do you want me to register for you? Ganyan. So, yung lahat ng contacts ko na pwede send sa Messenger, lahat ng contacts ko pwede send sa Viber kasi masisend ko yung poster nung event, kaya yun yung ginagamit ko. So at that time pa nga, you register them. So laan ko talaga, buong araw ko lang talaga register isa-isa yan, isa-isa. There was a time, I think I had 70 plus na invite sa isang webinar, I think kay Mr. Rex Mendoza, ganyan. So, talagang lahat. So, at least, una, natanim ko na I'm into financial planning. I'm in this business. For those who don't know that or are not my clients yet, And for my existing clients naman, it's like an added service or something that I can do for them. And then, what else pa? I have a collection list, which yun nga, my staff does for me every month. So like a week before the following month, meron akong collection list ng due for next month. So it's good. I think we also have that in our portal na rin to assist us, no? So anyway, so I message most of them. Yung iba kasi ayaw naman na, so you know who. But almost all of them, I message them, parang, hi, how are you? Hope all is well. I just like to send you an update. I don't usually say, I'd like to remind you of your premium. Parang parang ayoko na parang ganun. So I just say, I'm just sending you an update. Your next premium due is, let's say, May 1. Tapos I send the policy number, ganyan. Tapos, let me know if you need assistance on how you want to make your payment or ganyan. And tapos, pag hindi nagbayad si client, we also have a weekly list. I want a weekly list of those unpaid for the, nag-due date na siya, hindi siya nagbayad. I have to know who they are. So, babantayan ko na yan until the end of the end of grace period. So, after 2 weeks, I send a reminder, ganyan ulit, ganun. Tapos, pag the week before, lalo na tutok na ako dyan. I learned my lesson dati kasi if you remind, parang medyo day after, di na siya makabank or whatever. So, parang give leeway also. So, I do that to guard my persistency. So, for 2 reasons, I think trabaho ko yun to them. And the other one is, for cases of some people na hindi decidido to keep their plans, at least if you're taking care of it and you remind them how important it is, chances are they'll keep it. And the longer that they pay for it, the more hindi na nila yan bibitawan. And part of it also I learned before dati. Sige, lahat, di ba? Parang you talk to everyone. But also, I learned piliin din natin, wag lang anyone who's just willing to start, especially the monthly or the small plans, kasi minsan sila yung hindi naman committed kasi parang hindi mawawala, hindi sila masasaktan, hindi nila tinuloy, yung ganon, it's going to hurt your persistency, di ba? Parang ganon. Not only that, nasayang yung pera niya, tapos it's bad effect pa for you. So really qualify. But I help a lot of parang bawa, like ball boys or ganyan. I encourage them to have a plan. So try yung what you offer is something they can keep, they can take care of. Yun lang yung ko. Practice ka that. And then I also have birthday lists. So, greet birthdays. And for some clients, I send something, usually food. So I think that's what I'm known for. I think if you're close to me, you're about to gain weight kasi my my love language yata is food, kanyan. So parang that's what I'm happy to share. That's what So that's what I always do, even to my clients. Parang I send them something. Hindi naman all, so depende lang din. Parang ganyan. Siyempre, it's a business also. Hindi naman pwede lahat palabas. To some extent, you have to watch also what you spend, ganyan. But it's part of building relationship, ganyan. What else pa? Practices. So yun lang medyo naaalala ko at this point. Parang what pa? Try to like now pala with the my AIA, I was sharing now with Red kanina. I'm so happy kasi hindi as complicated as e-plan. Siguro parang medyo I can identify with clients na hindi techie. That's me. Ayaw ko mag-online. I'll not bother myself with doing that. But with my AIA, I tried it. I always try naman. Tapos what works for me, I do it. What doesn't, I don't know. So parang this is working for me. I try to pati inactivate ko na nga my husband, my kids, ganyan. Dati hindi ko yan magawa sa e-plan. So happy ako, madali. Tapos naisip ko, gumawa ko ng screenshots ng step by step. So ngayon, when I message my client, oh, have you activated your My AIA? You should try it kasi it's really nice. Dami niyang features. Tapos I send a screenshot yung step by step kasi medyo simple lang. So medyo nakaka-activate na ako with some clients with that one. So that's also another touch point.
Yun. Super galing ni Miss G, no? Very organized siya, and then very assistive pa sa clients, no? She makes sure that may touch points lagi, no? So mga AIA events, no? And yung yung My AIA, so yun yung latest update eh. So that's a great thing na i-share natin sa clients natin, no? In setting their accounts or e-plans, no, sa My AIA app. Yon. So thank you so much, Miss Jean, for that. So yung next question namin for you, no? So since early MDRT kayo, so yun, can you share po yung profile of your clients na that made you an early MDRT, and then how did you approach them and set meetings with them?
Ayun, makwento ko lang. Every month or every week, di ba, our unit managers will ask us, ano yung target mo for the month, target for the week. Tapos sabi ni Kuya Rahel, target natin MDRT. Siguro, first week of March, nagwa-white surrender flag ako sa kanya. Sabi ko, hindi ko kaya. Wala akong kausap. Di ba minsan meron kang niluluto or something na you kind of, sabi ko, wala akong ganun, hindi ko alam anong gagawin ko, ganyan. So I really gave it up. Parang sabi ko, baka yung June na lang ako or something. Hindi ko talaga kaya, I said. Pero kasi, rin ako, what you call this, representative for the policy count. So sabi ko, yun na lang pagbubutiin ko kasi kaya ko yan, medyo kontrolado ko yan, may magagawa ako dyan. So yun yung naging goal ko muna, parang kasi naya ako, si Kelvin nag-submit na, tapos wala akong contribution, ganyan. So sabi ko, kaya ko to. So I tried to, make as many calls. Tapos nagkulat lang ako. The first VIP I closed pala for the month. Apo ng existing client ko who bought for all the grandchildren before. So this new apo was born April last year. Pero hindi ko naisip na i-approach siya na, may bagong apo or you get a plan again, ganon, no? Kasi nga, I know naman magiging client ko siya, parang inaalagaan ko nga na hindi ako parang nagbebenta sa kanya lang ang dating. So yan, during the year, happy birthday, send something, Merry Christmas, ganyan. So I waited kasi annual siya magbayad, the next annual premium due date niya, which was parang March, no? Pagsabay ko nung send ng billing statement na email, I said na rin din na, you might want to get a new plan for yun. Tas I mentioned the name of the apo, ganyan. Tapos I gave 2 options. So I gave FAMPROB 3 pay and Future Builder 5 pay. Pero when I compared, so that's what I also do always. Every time I try to offer something, I check out already all the options I can. Tapos on my own, kung ako ba ang kukuha, ano ba. So para lang ready ako. So I checked in terms of premium out, in terms of coverage, in terms of yield, lumamang si Future Builder 5 pay. So, yun yung in-offer ko. It's yun lang. I mean, parang guide ko naman always. I'm so blessed that I'm in this work to do this. So, never ko, truthfully, never ko nagiging consideration my end. It's always the client, and which I think is what makes me happy doing this also. So given all those parameters, I recommended the future builder to the client. So depende, minsan I think pag older, the 3Pay is better. So you just kind of look at the proposals. So I sent it. Tapos parang ang naging ano na lang usapan. So which one, the 5Pay or the 3Pay? So nung nagkaroon kami ng Zoom meeting, para yan na nga, they always say, what do you think? So para hindi objective, yung values, yung reason. So go na agad, kanyan. So that was it. So aside from that, wala akong parang prospects. So sabi ko, wala. Ganyan. Sa policy count na lang, ganyan. Tapos until one of my VIP clients who I didn't expect to get policies, message me, sabi niya, the market is down now, no, because of what's happening. So is it a good time to come in? Tinext niya ako. Sabi ko, super yes. Sabi ko ganun. Can we have coffee? I'll explain to you why it is ganyan. Tapos I invited Kuya Rohel to join me in the meeting kasi this client of mine was one of my first few clients that I went joint call with him before pa. So yun, we had coffee, ganyan. So the scenario is the client has money now and then parang iniisip pa niya i-money tree ba or ganyan. So sabi ko lang, which I honestly felt then at that time, when you had money tree, he had to pull out his investment parang at the start of pandemic and it was down. And I was like, really haggling that time. Can you wait a bit for it to be better? Kasi sad ako kung out niya yung pera niya na patalo. Kasi parang feeling ko, hindi ko kasalanan. Parang hindi ako nakapag-give value to him. But he said he perfectly understood naman that time. So sabi ko lang sa kanya, which Kuya Rahel is also sharing a lot. Diba when our clients put in money, let's say money tree, and then down yung value, and then you ask them to top up, what do they say? They don't really, di ba? They don't really put. Sinasabi nila, sige, abangan nga na, observe muna natin, tingnan natin. Di ba? Parang hardly merong nagta-top up. Pero kung it's a regular plan, down yung market, di ba? Persada sila magpasok. Magpapasok talaga yan kahit anong sama nung sitwasyon nung market, which is advantageous for them to actually put in at that time. So yun yung parang na-highlight namin dun sa conversation. So parang yun. So parang na-appreciate ni client yung thinking na ganon. Tapos ang laki pa ng insurance coverage. So he decided, kasi parang the budget was 1 million. So he decided, sige, so 3 kids na lang. Tapos 350, parang split the 1M. Tapos parang when I was making the proposal, sabi ko, okay ba 350 each na lang para pare-pareho, ganon. So he went with that one. So he got Future Builder 5Pay. Tapos 4 million ata, I think, ang naging insurance coverage of the kids. So, di ba, parang panalo rin talaga. Tapos, okay yung returns. So biglang naka 1M ako, tapos the 2 to 1 point. Parang, medyo baka doable na. Parang medyo doon na nabuhayan na. Baka I can push it na nga, sige na nga, go for it. Parang sige. So, I remember si Nina would say things like, pag ganyan naghahabol, ang kausapin mo na VIP clients or yung feeling mo merong funds para madali. So, yun ang ginawa ko, parang I tried to call some of my existing VIP clients. Pero unfortunately, meron, na lang, sa April na lang kasi my relatives are here from the States, ganyan. Let's meet again. So, wala. So, call na lang talaga, message na lang whoever, ganyan. Policy review yung aking, I don't call to do you wanna get a new plan? Hindi talaga, minimension ko yun. So, I requested for policy review. Can we do policy review? Ganyan. So, yun, nagkaka-meeting, tas I do the policy review. I show the I explain why we're called AIA, and then I explain now we're into global funds. Tapos yung performance, as of July, October, December, ganyan. And these are our fund managers, ganyan. So parang yun yung ano ko. And then nagiging interested sila. So the ones I close, the other one is parang, sige, ang standing namin, sige, if you know it's a good time or there's something new product, you let me know. So yun, kumuha siya ng 200. So yun, parang palapit na ng palapit. Tapos meron ding clients na hindi na, alam ko, message ko before, ayaw nga ako i-meet eh. Pero siguro by God's grace, talaga lang nagkataon, the wife was pregnant. So parang they became interested to look into a plan for the child agad, no? Hindi pa nga nanganganak. Tapos I checked, walang life insurance si wife, si husband lang. So I suggested, why not get an insurance coverage for the wife na future builder kasi maganda yung fund accumulation. Tapos if our target is like about 2 million at age 18, so yun yung kinuha naming parang basis for my presentation. So we got the wife covered for annual premium of 90,000. So dagdag na naman siya, parang di na ako makatulog. Parang sabi ko, go for this na. Parang si husband nga, lagi kinukulit ko, sabi ko, wala ka bang friends or bagong i-recommend, ganyan. Or minsan natatawa ako pag sinasabi niya, pag nakatulala ako, sabi niya, client na naman iniisip mo. Sabi ko, oo nga, ganyan. So, ganyan, matutulog na lang ako, inisip ko sinong tatawagan ko, so ganyan. And then, who else ba did I close? Yun. Meron akong tinawagan na, what do you call this? Dati ko pa siya, January pa lang, usap na kami ng usap. Tapos sasabihin niya, babayad na siya, or ganyan. Yung delay. Tapos, bigla na lang, nung parang nag-message siya na, sige, she'll go ahead with it. In fact, if you'll see the message dun sa post ni DJ, she's I think nag-message siya sa wall ko, how much she appreciates me. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang dami-dami naming meetings, explain, ganyan. Tapos, hindi na tutuloy-tuloy. Pero sige lang, ganyan. And also my style is, if you are buying anything anyway, like Miss Crazy does, total talaga naman we are clients to somebody. So yung talaga, whoever I am a client to, I build relationship with the person. And yun, eventually nga, nagiging client. For one, tested. Kung client ka, when you ask for appointment, hindi sila magno-no. Kasi client ka nila eh. So, di ba nililigawan ka nila for their own interest. So, at least what will happen is they will meet with you. Whether it transforms to a sale or not, they'll meet with you. Pero, I save that. I don't want to waste it. I don't want to use it right away. Binibuild ko muna yung relationship para when I ask for the appointment and when I do try to sell, mas totoong, mas success rate kaysa sa yung bago pa lang kayo, tas nabentahan ka niya, tas bibili ka lang, tas appointment, tas baka pinagbigyan ka lang for an appointment, sayang naman. So there are appointments set that you can set agad-agad or close agad also, but there are things you have to work on. So that has been guiding me lang, parang slowly but surely sometimes. Although always you have to strike the balance kasi in a way that's my weakness siguro. Hindi ako mabilis mag-transform to a sale or what, parang ganun. I have to work on the balance siguro din, ganun. But yun lang. Yun, parang lang, marami akong clients who are existing clients na are having babies or ganyan. So yun din nakatulong sa akin na nabentahan ko kasi at some point they were not interested. So now feel nila na they're becoming parents. So mas open sila. So that helped me with the MDRT thing. Ayan. Tapos kaya may spillover, nakakatawa nga, isang na-close namin. Binigay na yung check. Pero sabi niya, April 1 ha, parang di ba, parang it's so tempting to say, pwede ba March 31 na lang? But I don't do that. I don't want them to get it for my, parang, hanap pa ako na lang ng iba, pero at least meron na lang akong April, kaya pa naman, maaga pa naman, gano'n. So, parang di ba, parang ang sarap sabihin, di ba pwede March 31 na lang or ganyan. But I can't do anything. And as much as also, yung isa naman, kompleto ko na eh. Tapos sumobra pa ako ng 200, di ba parang pwede naman sana sabihin, wag ko na, di ba, okay na yan eh, for next month mo na lang. But I also will not ever gamble that. Because what if something happened to that client the day, the night, na kung naipasok mo yun, na-cover siya, at hindi siya na-cover because of my interest for a promo, for something, for a target, parang baka I can never live with that eh, parang ganon. So, di ba, we don't know naman what will happen to our clients, to us. Anything can happen anytime, di ba? May stories nga, nagbayad lang paglabas na aksidente, di ba? So, I always keep that in mind na yung do everything as fast as we could. Get them covered as fast as we could. Bonus na talaga lang the rewards. Really, yung parang plus na lang talaga sila. Ayun.
Thank you for that very awesome sharing talaga. So yung in summary sa lahat ng mga sinabi mo talaga, Miss Jean, ang naano ko is you really build relationship with your client. Na hindi lang yung relationship, you take care of them. Kaya yung mga sunod na mga gusto mo mag-present or gusto mo mag-approach sa kanila, hindi ka nahihirapan. So, at sinare mo nga yung journey mo para maging MDRT for March. So, ang galing. Tapos nagkaroon pa nga tuloy ng spillover. Hindi ka na, sabi nga ni attorney is, hindi ka na yata nakakatulog. Yung dedication mo talaga dito sa ating career is sobrang talaga nakaka-inspire. So for the next, gusto lang namin malaman, yung how do you conduct meetings and presentation at usually ano yung mga na-encounter mo na objections?
Okay. Okay. So now over Zoom, meron akong parang slide presentation of AIA. Sige, if you want, I can share. You want me to share it lang? Yung usually start ng presentation ko. Okay, it might, I'll share screen. Sige. Yan. Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So usually this is how I start my presentation. So I say, so we're now called AIA Philippines. Actually, since 2009 pa, we're AIA na. But company decided to retain the name Film Life because it's a very popular brand, parang kilala ng lahat ng household, ganyan. So they decided to keep it. But everywhere else in the in Pan-Asian countries where AIA is, we're called like AIA Singapore, AIA China, AIA Taiwan, ganyan. So dito lang naman. But the company decided to rebrand last year. And more also para our clients are aware that we are a global company. In fact, we're the Yan, we're the largest listed company in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So these are the services that I can do for you. So with the company, we offer kasi life insurance, health insurance, savings and investment, educational plans, and retirement plans. So actually, when I do this, I proceed isa-isa. Doon ko na ginagawa yung aking, what do you call this? In asking questions. So like that one, with life insurance, so I asked, so currently, do you have an existing life insurance coverage? Or I asked also, do you have dependents? Ganyan. Tapos parang, pagka sinabi nilang meron, ganyan, tapos parang I asked, actually, do you know how much ideally you should be covered for? Ganyan. Usually, sinasabi, hindi nga, ganyan. Well, sasabihin ko, like in this illustration, this is one of the medyo basic or common that some would use. It's like times 10 of your annual expenses. So siguro sabi ko, ang mindset for this one is if by that time the kids would have been working already and ganon, no? But maybe for me naman, I use another one. Sabi kong ganon. So like, I ask how much is their annual expense or monthly, and then times 12, so annual. And then what I do is, like, let's say if they say, sabi ko, if I may show you, so like let's say if you're, ano ba yan? Sorry. Okay, so like I say, let's say they say like, let's say 50,000 a month. So 1 year is 600,000. Okay. So what I say is usually the ideal thing is if you need 600,000 every year, if you can find, let's say, an investment where your funds can earn, like, let's say 4%. So you will need to be covered for 15 million, put it in investment, earning at 4%. Then for perennial, meron ka na yung 50,000 a month mo or 600,000 a year. So sabi ko, this not naman necessarily have to all come from your insurance proceeds. You might have other sources of income if for your family, then at least you have an idea, yung parang ballpark figure of what your coverage should be. So that's what I say about that. And then savings and investments. So yan, are you saving for something big? Ganyan. So I mentioned, it's good to put it in a program kasi minsan, di ba, pag hindi tayo obligado, we put it off if something happens, or vacation muna, next month na lang, may ibang expenses. If it's in a program like this, talaga na masusunod yung goal mo to set aside the amount for whatever your project is. And the nice thing about this also, day one pa lang, when you're covered na, should something happen to you, that is in place already. No? And then health insurance, I say, so I ask, meron ka bang HMO sa company mo? How much is your coverage? That's usually, di ba, they say 100,000, 200,000. And then you kind of like say, eto kasi, this is how much it costs to be, if magkaroon ng critical illness. And I kind of mentioned na parang there was a study kung anong age group, like let's say 0 to 18, and then 18 to 60, and then 60 above, kung ano yung incidence ng nagkakaroon ng critical illness. And surprisingly, it's like about 30% for all categories, which means hindi lang pala the older people are prone to critical illness. So it's good to be protected for this also. So yun, I asked about what they currently have in place. And minsan you can ask also if somebody in the family was recently confined, how much they spent for it, and masakit, di ba, if it's out of pocket, mga ganyan. So yun, yung mga it costs 600K to 3 million, tapos yung mga this one also, na yan, we got it, yan, mga ganyan. Tapos, school naman, where do you want to send your child to school? So, ganyan. Then we make the computation nga, like let's say it's ganyan 55 a year kung 4 years. So that's like about 220. So you do the time value of money, what it is pag 18 years old na, yung mga things like that. So para then may idea how much they want to plan they need para to assure this one. So ayan, also for retirement, I say it's never naman, it's not true na porque you're 20s or 30s, it's too early to plan this. In fact, it's the most ideal time to plan it. And a good way is to, just set aside something through a plan addressing this one already. Ganun, ganun. So, like I mentioned, we are already, we have global funds. So I say, so these are our partners, depende sa risk appetite mo, if you're conservative or sakto lang or more adventurous. So our fund managers are Bailey Gifford, Wellington, and BlackRock. So Bailey Gifford is known for growth companies, so growth investment. So the companies that they usually choose, mga ganyan, Tesla, ganyan. And then Wellington naman is known for research. So they find companies that they think are key companies that will stay as leaders. So the companies they invest in are like Microsoft, ganyan, Merck, and Starbucks, na ganyan. And then if you see BlackRock, they're known naman for systems and platform. If you see the asset under management of BlackRock, for instance, is $7.81 trillion, which is equivalent to like 27 times of our GDP. So, if we worry about our funds with a company, 1 million, 2 million, can you imagine the magnitude of the funds that they're holding? So for sure naman, they will really try to do their best, diba? So, ayan yung allocation ng mga ganon. So, and then I say this one, so as of last year, July 30, the performance of our elite funds is 11%. And then by end of October, it was 14%. And then by end of December, it's 16%. But AIA is not happy with that kasi ang goal is to reach 25% and 10% for the conservative fund. So, ganyan. So, that the company naman is, doing all efforts to achieve that goal. If your funds naman are in local equities, so there's this study naman that with the incidents and the election of the past 5 presidents, always the year after talagang tumataas yung ating equities or stocks. So it's really a good time to come in now. So yun, that's how I to call this. That's how I share. That's how I what do you call this? Sorry. So yun.
Present.
Ano ba? Saan ako? Di ko na. Ayun. Ganun yung introduction ko. That's how do I make KYC. And then saka we talk about which one do you want to address among all the services that I mentioned. Ano yung parang mas urgent for you. Ganun. Ayan.
Ang galing-galing ng presentations ng Jean. Kompletos Ricardos talaga. Kumbaga, kompletong financial planning, introduction ng company, tapos natakal mo rin yung mga funds kung if ever na magkakaroon ng investment si client. So, I think kumbaga, kompleto na as in maraming matututunan si client. Sabi mo nga kanina, kahit hindi pa kumuha si client, pero meron siyang takeaway na ikaw rin ang maiisip if ever talaga nag-decide na si client. So, ang galing ng iyong presentation.
Thank you.
Yung I noticed din, no, most yung mga nasa slides ni Miss Jean, galing din sa AIA, di ba?
Yes.
Yung marketing team natin. So, it's best to utilize talaga yung whatever we have with the company, no? Yung mga infographics, di ba? And yung mga details doon. Yun. So, last question is, before we let you go, no? So, what advice would you like to share with the new no and the tenured advisors no in order to hit then yung siguro yung second quarter na early MDR, it's not early MDRT no, but yung second quarter MDRT na. Yun.
Naku, with the tenured, wala naman na ako share kasi there's nothing I know that they don't know. Diba, parang we're all doing the same things naman. Parang lang minsan, tumatiming din lang how it comes to us. So I'm learning so much more from them than whatever I can share. Pero for the new ones, what I can share is it gets difficult. I've had so many stages na parang wala na akong matawagan. On my third year, I know, if you remember, Eva, may ace kami, nag-iyak-iyak pa nga kami kasi si Grace, di ba, nag-start. Tapos, di ba si Grace is known for so many leads, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos she was sharing that time, parang, di ba, parang wala, ganun. Tapos naki-second motion na ako, naiyak-iyak pa ako. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Wala na talaga ako matawagan. Hirap na ako. I'm so frustrated, ganyan-ganyan. Pero nakakatawa, like after we cried, tawa-tawa kami. Tapos bigla na lang, for some reason, the following day, meron na naman. You will have many of those, I assure you, because I've had so many of those times. And what I just do is, get strength from our mga kasama, because everybody around us are so generous and so helpful. That's one. Two, minsan sinasabi ko, kasi from a sports perspective, no, because my daughter was competing, I learned from the coach, wag lagi pabugbog. Wag tayo lagi pabugbog. Tumawa siya dati when she was junior. Isasali siya sa tournament na sigurado mananalo siya, magcha-champion siya. It's a lower category tournament. Tapos sasaba ka ng mataas na category na mahirap, and chance matalo ka malaki, ganyan. If you make it good, parang ganyan. So, ganun din tayo. Kung palagi na tayong rejection, bugbog, medyo shift. I shift to more learnings. I'm on my Limra now. Di ba, Dennis, kayo ni Neil? Kasi sinabi ninyo, it's a very good program. And I think Karen ba also. So, yun, I'm doing it now. Yun, I shift to, if you get so many rejections, shift to attending as many learning sessions as you could. Kasi you learn pa something. Definitely, I tell you, even Ace, na akala mo sobrang routine, meron kang mapipick up, may masasabi yung kasama mo dyan na magagamit mo talaga. Parang unexpectedly, always there's something you can pick up. Tapos, what else ba? And then, kung talagang wala, just set appointment yon for policy review because you won't get rejected for that one and you don't know where it can lead to something good. So that's what I do also. Or just talk to friends na not sell to them, but share about the work, kanyan. Hindi mo rin alam saan it will lead to, kanyan. Or just, go out and eat with your friends. go, magpatla or whatever. Revive your energy. Invite your colleagues, mag-lunch kayo or whatever. Share a good afternoon together, recharge, ganyan. It's a long, nga sabi nga nila, I picked up from somebody also, di ba? This is not what we call a sprint, it's a marathon. Especially if you really want to stay and do this, ganyan. So dami. I'm on my 9th year, pero I'm still attending as much as I could. Kasi I think it's the only way to go. It's marami siyang benefits.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, sige, Dennis.
Yes, so lahat ng sinabi ni Miss Jean, very useful for the new advisors and even the tenured ones. So thank you so much for that, Miss Jean. And Miss Den?
Sobrang daming takeaway. At thank you for inspiring us. Ang galing ng presentation mo sa amin ngayon. So I honor you talaga and Good luck and God bless, Miss Jean. Continue your
Thank you.
Ah,
Salamat.
galing. Yes. So for now,